Morning and welcome to the Bankster DFS MLB Hit and Run Daily Quick Hit, April 6, 2021. My name is Doug Shane. You can find me at Bankster17 on Twitter. You can find our work at banksterdfs.com. You'll get our daily articles, player pools, and daily Slack chat. And that covers all DFS sports, not just Major League Baseball. We've got hockey, basketball, soccer. The Masters is this week. We just put out our Masters article. We'll have a special tiers look. We'll have some showdown looks. Our Slack chat, of course, will be popping for the Masters this week. We've got NASCAR, MMA. We got it all. BanksterDFS.com. It's $3.99 a week. Get you coverage to all those sports with the articles, the player pools, and the Slack chat. But for now, let's take a look at how we did yesterday for our Major League Baseball player pool. Listen, pitching, outstanding. We were right on the head with the pitching. Jacob deGrom, our model had him as a yellow, but we dug in a little bit deeper, and yellow is the third tier of pitching, not the highest of rankings, but we dug in deeper and realized his strikeout upside was just too high, and some of the metrics in the model just didn't jive with where we thought deGrom was going to end up, and he ended up being just fine. Would have liked to see more innings, 77 pitches. Come on, Mets, keep him in there. Blew the win on there, of course, as usual, Mets, but deGrom himself looked fantastic. Trevor Williams we had as a kind of a borderline cash and GPP play, turned out really, really well. Nick Pivetta did what kind of we expected him to do, struck out a few batters, didn't give up anything really, turned out really well. But our preferred pairing for cash was deGrom and Carlos Rodon, and Rodon 5 innings, 9 strikeouts, didn't give up a run. He was awesome, continued his strong play from the preseason. So pitching was great. Hitting, hey, not so much. We're not going to get there every single day with the hitting. You absolutely could have pieced together a winning cash game lineup. I did. My cash game lineup just barely crossed the cash line. There was definitely a little more trepidation than I would have liked to have seen. Lindor didn't do exactly what we'd hoped. Neither did Hosmer. If you kind of went the other direction with some of our preferred plays, if you went with Bregman or Correa, or if you look down at our sneaky stacks, the Red Sox, we didn't put any of those players in the pool. I did not put any of those players in the pool, but, Renfroe and Cordero did well, and Kike and JD Martinez. If you stack them, you did okay in a GPP, and in cash games, we just didn't have them as lock type of plays. So that didn't work out as well as we'd hope. Mercedes came through, did his thing. Jake Marisnick, 9 points for 2.6K. We wrote him up, and I featured him in the video yesterday. Marisnick turned out really well. 9 points for 2.6K is fine. You probably could have pieced together a pretty good cash game lineup, but it wasn't, listen, we're completely transparent. Wasn't the best day for our pool for hitting, but the pitching probably got you there. Can't complain with that. So let's see where we're going today. A couple of plays that we like. First of all, the model kind of liked Herman Marquez. He scored in the yellow, again, which isn't an elite tier. It's not even the strong tier, but it's take a look and see what the data says, kind of a tier. And what the data told us on Herman Marquez was that he's got a pretty bad history against Arizona. The current lineup, historically, he lost some points on his overall pitching score from that, but everything else, he was really strong. The pitching metrics that we take a look at, he scored 60% elite. Only Clayton Kershaw had the same score as him in that respect. He had no red flags across the board, not for his matchup, not for his park factor. Coors did not play as hitter-friendly as some other parks last year. It's still hitter-friendly, but not as hitter-friendly as it has been historically. And his personal pitching metrics were all really good. The only negative points, the only red flag was his BVP. But if you take a look at how he played against Arizona last year, Marquez had 12 strikeouts, 3 earned runs, and 12 innings pitched. I'll take a 6 inning, 6 strikeout, 2 earned run kind of a game at Coors for $7,000. I'm using him in cash today. So we're going to Coors. Been a little wacky with our pitching recently, but between Pivetta and Zach Davies and Tyler Anderson that we've given you guys the last few days, they all kind of came through. So we're going to go a little wacky again with Herman Marquez as our SP2 in cash games. And then at the bat, one of the guys I like for a potential core play this slate is Jose Abreu. He started slow this year, absolutely. 8 strikeouts and 20 at bats, only has 4 hits, but career against left-handed pitchers, he's going up against James Paxton today. 309 batting average, 553 slugging percentage. He's going to hold down the offense with Eloy Jimenez and Tim Anderson hurting. And the thing about Jose Abreu is one of the things I've noticed over his career is he does really well against pitchers he's historically done really well with, which seems kind of like, well, yeah, of course. But if you take a look at guys like Mike Trout does really well against Felix Hernandez, but he doesn't always hit Felix Hernandez. His power comes in bunches against Felix Hernandez. He doesn't always put up that 2-for-4 type of a game. Abreu tends to do well against pitchers he historically has a high BVP against. So I'm going to probably roll him out there in first base for my cash games, and I definitely think a White Sox stack makes some sense for a tournament. So we like Abreu today. Who else do we like? Where else are we going for our plays? Well, members can find that out. $3.99 a week gets you access to that player pool for today and our full article, the MLB Hit and Run. Also our Slack chat where we'll talk about lineup changes or surprise players, values, people who are scratched, weather issues. All those things are in our Slack chat. It all comes as part of our $3.99 a week membership. And again, you get all those other sports with us as well. Basketball and hockey and the NASCAR and MMA and PGA and all of it for $3.99 a week. If you'd like to see what we're all about before you commit, we will give you a free preview to the site. Just send me a DM on Twitter at Bankster17. Say, hey, Doug, let me check out what you guys are all about. And I'll gladly go ahead and do that. We'll give you guys a look, let you through the week, let you take a look and see what we do for free. And then you can sign back up at banksterdfs.com. Folks, this has been your MLB Hit and Run Daily Quick Hit. My name is Doug Shane. Again, you can find me at Bankster17. Throw me a DM and I will get you a free preview of our site. And you can find us all at banksterdfs.com. Have yourselves a great day, and we will see you again tomorrow.